Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Rory O'Connor from the Creativity Hub, looking at Adventure Time Story Cubes, which is a new release for you. Now, you've had some licensed versions of Story Cubes before. How did this come about? I mean Adventure Time is super popular, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because we do have a normal rule for how we choose a game, and that it's known by 3 generations. Okay. So Adventure Time obviously breaks that, but the sheer kind of weirdness factor of it kind of brought us in because we were joking and saying it looks like an episode of Adventure Time was created using Rory Story Cubes. And when we kind of pitched that idea to Cartoon Network and Turner, they totally bought into it, and they really loved the idea of fan creation, fanfic. And it's a big part of what they love about Adventure Time. So for us, it's kind of celebration of fans and what they bring to Adventure Time as well.
Okay. How did you decide on what to include? I mean, obviously you're going to have certain characters, but...
So the way we go about it is I go and I watch a ton of episodes of Adventure Time, and I read I read the comic books. I bought the the encyclopedia book as well, and what I'm looking for is kind of like the tropes of the stories. Okay. So and there's a lot of stuff about friendship and kind of infatuation, and you've obviously got like the characters and the locations. One of the most challenging things with Adventure Time is it's a new location like nearly every week, or there's a new creature brought into it. So we would think, we have to include that character, and then discover actually they only appeared for one episode, and they didn't appear again. So we really had to filter down and figure out different elements. And we still needed to think, how do we link it with the other sets as well, so that we're not duplicating icons, and that you can bring in other icons to add to the stories as well. So we are going to have key characters, like we've obviously got Finn and Jake, we've got Marceline, we've got Lemon Grab, we've got Lumpy Space Princess, we've got Bimo, we've got the Fire Princess, Princess Bubblegum. Then we've got things like dreaming and sleeping, which is a good trigger point for a story. Right. We've got the pillow, which can be the pillow. I think it's the Sleep Kingdom. My brain is a bit tired at the moment, but also like sleeping is a big part of it, or it could be a piece of armor that they wear. I think what's really interesting in Adventure Time is some of the smaller elements that we include, like our action figures of what we call them. We kind of jokingly call them Rory Story Dudes. So the little characters that we incorporate to suggest different actions. And so when we first submitted our artwork to Cartoon Network for approval, they came back and said, hang on a second, these little guys, they don't appear in in Adventure Time. Like, why are they here? And so we had to explain, the idea of infatuation, like I was saying, or, characters high-fiving each other. They're such an integral part of an Adventure Time episode. You want to include them. But it's not. This is an early draft of the kind of instructions, but we actually have a nod to that conversation where Finn and Jake have annotated the leaflet, where kind of Finn is questioning who those guys are, and Jake is explaining, they're part of what you need to tell a really good story. So there's lots of little referential jokes even in our packaging.
Well, also because making this not a specific character opens it up to be anything.
Yeah, so if we had that as Finn making that face, or Jake, it would only ever be Finn or Jake having that experience, where for us it's like if we had Bimo being infatuated with someone, or Mr. Pig, that suddenly opens up the storytelling possibilities. And Adventure Time really is an ensemble story. It features so many different characters that we need to keep the room open for any character to take the lead in a story.
Okay. How did approval go? How does working with them? I mean, so you submit things, they give you feedback.
Yes.
Are there some disputes or arguments on what you need to include?
So there was some questioning of some of the icons. We actually hit it pretty good with Cartoon Network. They were actually, I think, I won't say one of the easier ones, but I think they really get the concept of Rory Story Cubes. And so when we said, okay...
Because secretly they do use them.
I'm kind of waiting for the revelation. But when we put in a donut, because a donut is like a favorite food in the show, they don't question that. And that's kind of nice that I think we try to show how much we love that show. Like, so any of our Story Worlds titles, we make them probably because I really love that, and I want to put the effort in to get it right, because I've one shot to do it.
Right.
So I think that really comes across in how we select things and how we explain why we've done it. One thing that does come up actually with everybody is, they would like to see more of their kind of branded characters appearing on it. What I have to do is to fight from the kind of player's perspective and say, no, you need the icons to be able to tell awesome stories. So that means you can't have all, stuff that appears in Adventure Time. You kind of need mundane things, like we do have Jake's video camera. We've got like the Enchiridion, but there's some kind of I think we have like a pickaxe in there, which is kind of a bit weird. But it's also the kind of thing that would form like a pivotal role in an episode of Adventure Time as well. And at the same time, we're trying to think how it can link back into other sets as well, so that if you play with this, you can bring elements into the regular Story Cube sets, or you can mix Story Cubes back in with Adventure Time as well.
Yes, you have your bag where you just pull out whatever, and you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for when Finn and Jake team up with Scooby-Doo to fight off the Joker and the Master in Doctor Who. That's going to be like the ultimate story.
There you go. All right, lots of possibilities. So thanks for the overview. Adventure Time Story Cubes.
Thank you.